Welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick, and in today's video we have a live trade for you. So I'm going to show you a setup I used to take all the time. This is the first setup that made me profitable, okay? And it's based on imbalances. But before we get to that, look what happened, right? So I mentioned it in my previous videos that we wasn't too sure what price could do. We were looking at here, we wasn't too sure what price could do, whether it's going to respect this reversal here or it was going to continue its trend. And I said, if it was to come down, I think I was looking at it here actually, and I said that, or maybe there, if it was to come down, I would expect it to beat these lows and potentially go to a certain place. And I had it marked out in my video, and it was here. Okay. And why did I have this marked out? Because there is an imbalance here. Okay, when price left off here from the news catalyst, it pushed up high and it never returned. So I said eventually when it reverses here or something and puts in some price action to suggest it's breaking this structure and it's going down, I would expect it to go there. Okay, so that's something I've observed from trading. Okay, but like I said, you can't just get in here and hold and hope, because before it went up multiple times and we don't know how far it's going to go up before it goes. And this was a news catalyst that drove it down. So we don't know which news catalyst. There was a few of them. They were on Thursday and Friday. We don't know which news catalyst may send it into the direction we want. So you can't really use that information. So how you can't just get in and just hope, basically. So how can you use that information? We know price likes to come back to fill gaps. Okay. So how can you trade this imbalance when you don't know when price is going to get there? Yeah. So the way I was taught is quite simple, is to set pending orders. And I think this really helps for people who work a 9 to 5 or who don't spend too much time in front of the screens or so on. Just set a pending order and wait. You can leave it for months, and when price eventually gets there, it tags you in and it could go to TP or it could be a loss, but the order's set, so regardless, whenever it hits there, it hits. Okay, so that's what I did with this trade here. I had the pending order set based on this imbalance here. Price has just tagged us in now and we are waiting for TP. So this is straightforward. I don't really need to manage this. I just wanted to record this to show you guys what I'm talking about. So the entry is really good, as you can see. The entry is really good. We have a drawdown of about 3 pips. It's about to reverse now and drive back up to this zone where it broke out, which makes sense. And it can potentially continue and fill this gap. Okay, so gap down over the weekend. I would expect this to be filled when, I don't know. Okay, so it could be today, it could be tomorrow. I know there's liquidity, stop losses sitting here from the Asian session. I know this is a gap here. I know this is this point where it should react to. So I'm just going to take my 10 pip scalp here. I would like to leave a runner, but I'm very busy today, so I'm not going to be monitoring this. I'm just going to take my 10 pip scalp here and I'll be good for the day. Yeah, and that's it. That's as simple as it is, as I want it to be. I just wanted to share this with you. You can actually just use this one technique. Look for imbalances. Here's an imbalance here. As it pushed up, price didn't come back straight away. It came back a few days later. And if you look at this, so this was a lower high, and here's where it broke structure. Yeah, if you look here, you'll see this is where when price returns to this point here, it reacts. So look, boom, react. You could have just scalped that. It came into that zone again, it reacted again, and so on until it broke that zone. And the reason it broke that zone, this zone is being used already. The pending orders here is reacted to already, so there's no reason now it can't go through that zone. So that's similar setup to what I'm trading now. So I expect a reaction, and that will be my scalp, and that's it. Very straightforward, people. You could literally just trade based on this. Now, the only other thing to take into account is when to trade the setup. The moments where I find it doesn't work is usually when there's a news catalyst. When there's a news catalyst, it's going to break through zones. It doesn't matter what. pending orders are sitting there, it will break through the zone, okay, and maybe come back later. So I checked the forecast today. Today's a Monday. Normally I don't trade Mondays, but I had this pending order, so it tagged me in, and I've been alerted of such. And now I checked the forecast. There is no news catalyst here today. Nothing to make this price action act erratic, so I expect TP as a minimum. And if you look at price, you've got the gap here, and also when this broke out the zone, hasn't pulled back in, so I expect TP as a minimum. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave this here. I'm gonna come back hopefully at the end of the video. We're gonna see TP and we confirm that. So I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I'll be back in about a minute or two, or even longer, when we hit TP. I'll show you how this trade plays out. Okay, all right, see you in a bit. Okay, so we are back. We are maybe 1 or 2 pips away from TP. Let's just have a look. Yeah, hopefully with this drive, yeah, we're gonna get TP now. With this drive, it should hit TP. So once this is done, I'll show you my stop loss, where it was, and so on. And this is actually the setup that led to me trading with negative risk to reward. This is how I discovered it, by trading this way. Okay, this way of trading. It's still supply and demand. I am still buying at lows. I am still selling at highs. There is price action to see with the reversal. So all of this, basically, this was the first setup that was profitable for me, and this led me to discover reversals based on price action, and also using negative risk to rewards as well, because all of this one setup taught me all of it. Okay, and I just expanded my knowledge on it as I took the trades, and as you can see, this is now my bread and butter. So half a second from TP, hopefully you get it now, and then I'll show you my entry, show you my stop loss, and then we'll wrap up the video. So there you go, TP. If you are finding this useful, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and keep getting these videos out to you. So let's have a look. So stop loss, I'll show you. So everything was based on the imbalance that I mentioned. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, so entry was down here. There you go. Entry was there, and let's go and look back at the zone that gave me the insight. Okay, so where was that zone? It was all the way back here. There it is, down there. Okay, now let's just zoom in again. Okay, all right. Okay, so I found the zone that led to this trade. I'm going to show you exactly. Okay, so this setup taught me my current trading setup, my current trading pattern, my reversals. It taught me about imbalances. It taught me about market structure. This setup alone, and you know, so it makes a lot of sense. Pay attention, people. Here we go. We have an imbalance that was created by a news catalyst. So before that, it was trending down. It turned around and broke here. At this point where it broke this candle is my entry, and as you can see, spot on. I think I had about 3 pip drawdown. That's my entry. Okay, so I'm giving you guys everything for free. I've never seen anyone discuss an entry like this, and this entry is really good for me. It's been very consistent. It may vary depending on the price action on the day, but usually the way I look at it is we've got a base candle and we've got the imbalance that was created. So when it comes down, it's usually here where that break of structure was. Okay, so we had lows before that, and that was the last break of structure that caused the reversal. At this point here, where this broke up, there's still a lot of pending orders here on the buy side that have not been filled. So when price comes back here, it reacts, and that is that is the setup I just taken. That's what got me the scalp. Okay, so based on that, I back tested. It was good. The only problem with this, it didn't come all the time. It's like once a week, and this is from the 9th of May. We are now in the 10th of June, so a month later it came back, but still good because the principles is the core truth. You know, there's no change in it. There are pending orders here. Once it gets there, those orders need to be filled. Very simple. So you can actually just make money on this. But for me, it wasn't enough just to trade once a month or 2 trades. Maybe you get 2 setups like this a week. I started pairing it up with other pairs and looking for the same thing, and they weren't as consistent. But what I did was started paying attention to the price action. It does the same thing. So it drives down, fakes and breaks, right? And sometimes on the same day it could pull back in, you could buy that, and that's what I am trading now on the reversals when it comes back straight away, because that gives me that interest straight away. And also if there is one where it hasn't come back, I can still get those. So I'm able now to understand the market structure based on this setup. Okay, stop loss, my stop loss, let me just pop it, is underneath the low here. Okay, that is my zone, and this is also what led to me trading with a negative risk to reward. Okay, and the reason is I can probably just hold this to a 1-to-1. It's probably sitting at 1-to-1 already, but I want to get in and out as soon as possible. So let's look at this. It's 13 pips and currently it's sitting about 11 pips, and probably was about more. And I do actually expect it to get all the way up here, which will be about 45 pips. So you can hold it for longer, you can hold it for a 1-to-1, but 13 pips I'm risking. I'm happy to take my 10 pips, which is my standard for scalping, and that gives me a negative risk to reward. I'm okay with that. I'm here for 10 pips, I got my 10 pips, I'm gone. I know how much I want to risk, and I know what lot size to use for this trade, my preference, and that 10 pips is enough for this one trade. Okay, so I'm good there with my 10 pips. So that's what I wanted to show you, this imbalance, this setup reaction, and I had it set as a pending order. So as soon as it hit that price point, it tagged me in, my stop loss was tagged in, and my TP was set. So I didn't have to check, I just wanted to record it for you guys. So hopefully you have found this useful, and if you have, you know what to do. So as you can see, that's the line entry, smack on right where it broke the structure. So we had the lower highs on the 5-minute chart time frame, lower highs here, it broke the structure here, yeah, and then it was off. So the entry is really good, like 3 pips drawdown, pulled back up. I don't even, if I was to trade it manually, I don't think I could have got a better entry. I would have got the entry just there, pull back. I would have got the entry there, okay, based on this price action. Okay, and you guys know how I trade, and you know what I look for, the breaking structure when it pulls back and breaks out again. That's my entry to take it up. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully you found this useful. I'm going to update my trading journal in a sec, and then that's it from me in terms of trading day to day. I'll give you an update on my trading journal in the sometime through this week. I haven't taken too much trade, so there's not much to see, but I'll give you an update on that. Okay, hopefully you found this useful. If you have, you know what to do. Hit the like button, show support to the channel, and I keep getting these videos out to you. This is Patrick. Until next time, peace.